One for me and one for my homies. Just kidding. I'm not going to pour that out. Come on now. That's good whiskey. All the way from the shores of the land of the rising sun. It burns going down. It burns. It burns going down. But you know what? I'll let you know you're feeling all right. All right, all right, all right. So, as you've seen, this video is labeled Jason Handy. Deep thoughts. Deep thoughts. So deep, you put her butt to sleep. Thoughts. And I thought I'd go live for a smidge, for a little bit. I wanted to leave this video out there, just kind of let it go in the ether or in the interwebs or whatever you want to call it, and just kind of chit chat a bit. I'll try to interact if people end up popping in here and chat with me. I'll probably kind of talk, but I kind of want to let people know I was doing this video for a few minutes. I was like going to record a video, and I kept recording it, and I wasn't really happy with the way what I was saying, or I felt like I wasn't saying exactly what I meant, and I was just like, maybe I just freestyle. Sometimes that can be fire. Sometimes it's going to be a dumpster fire. So you never know how it might go down. So I thought we'll do one of those and we'll see how things shake out. But I just want to talk a little bit about my headspace, my mind, like where I'm at with some stuff. Leave it up there and let people kind of take it for what it's worth. I did a little live stream yesterday for about an hour or so, just talking wrestling and just wrestling, and it was fun. I had a good time. It was a different crowd, which is cool. It's fun that it was quite a few people that normally I don't see too often hanging around, which I thought was awesome. I love that, and I really appreciate everybody. I met a new guy. I'm actually been chatting with him a bit off and on today, which is cool, and that was awesome. And so yeah, I guess we'll just kind of see how things shake out. But I wanted to discuss some things and my thoughts and that. And I mean, I know if you watch my live streams or some of my other videos, some of this, if not all of it, does not come as a surprise to you in any kind of real way, for sure. But I kind of wanted us to kind of put it out there so people can watch. And it's kind of cool because a lot of people come to me. They might not comment on the video. They might not comment in the message later or the comment section. But people will come to me privately because they don't want to be seen in the community as a rebel rouser like myself, or like a person who might be, can be perceived as negative or being a contrarian. And they want to just, and I totally understand, just want to have like a good rapport with people. But I don't really care about any of that stuff. And I haven't cared about it since 2017 when I first started. Here we are in 2021. I definitely don't care about it now. But it makes me feel good when I have a lot of people reach out to me, because that tells me that even though it might not be a popular opinion, or maybe it is, but people don't really share it because they're afraid about the backlash or the perception, because what, perception is reality, even though reality should be reality. It is what it is. And they don't want their channel to turn into something that that is a combative situation. I totally 100% understand. I get it. That's not really my worry too much, but I definitely get from people where people come from, without a doubt. But I had a couple people, and my dad being one of them, and a few people I talked to today on the phone or through texting, and they were like asking me about opening day, which I didn't even realize today was opening day for baseball. And I told them, when I'm getting ready to tell you, I don't care. I don't care about sports anymore. I really just don't care. All the fun of sports have been sucked out of the enjoyment vacuum years ago, and it's just keep ratcheting up every year of the ridiculousness. And I just don't, just like I don't shop at Target. I don't show up and buy coffee from Starbucks. It's things like I just don't want to do. I don't want to support them with my money. And when it comes to sports, I don't want to support them with my viewership. I know my four eyeballs, my four eyes is not hurting anyone. I get it, but it does for me set a standard that I'm willing to go on that hill and die on that hill, which is I'm not participating in things that I feel like have no interest in who I am or anything about, my feelings about whatever the topic is of the day, which is I would like for sports just to be sports. Sports used to be entertainment. It used to be fun. It used to be escapism, right? I mean, I feel like we can all agree that when our favorite team or our favorite sport comes on, that you can enjoy that either on your own with your family, your pals. It's something you grew up with with your father or your mother, your grandparents. It was a communal experience that you have shared over the course of decades, I would assume at this point. However, it's turned away from that as a fun escapism, tribal mentality of like coming together to where now it is divisive and filled with clowns, and it's a clown show, and it is now all about wokeism. And I currently do not have an advanced degree in wokeology, and so I do not care to participate in this brave new world of wokeology. I don't want to participate, and I have no interest in it. And so I have humbly said adieu. I don't want to be told that I am a piece of garbage because of who I am, and that me and people like myself somehow could be problems. Don't want to be told that because it's not true. It has nothing to do with me. I turn on the TV to be entertained with sports, to leave all the politics and social justice warriors and social justice issues in the background, so I can be entertained and enjoy and not be force fed an agenda that is something that apparently only one side will continue to push, and if you push against it, then you get to disappear from the world, and or you just shut up and just do your thing and cry quietly in your corner because you just want to watch baseball or basketball or football, whatever the case may be. And so I don't want to participate in that. Call me old fashioned, but when I turned on my sports in the olden days, sports was just sports. You enjoyed watching your favorite players and teams do what sports do or players do, and that would be perform on the field or the court or whatever. It has turned away from that, and it is what it is. Maybe that's the brave new world we find ourselves in. The brave new world we find ourselves in, where like now sports is really more about political messaging and agendas and less about what's happening on the court or on the field. And so I obviously got lucky if I'm going to go ahead and jump ship now because I have no interest in that world. So, with that being said, when it comes to actual viewing sports, but then, of course, we talked about in the past about how, the hobby has turned into a complete dumpster fire wrapped in a train wreck, injected into a hot lava magma volcano, and has this spurted itself all over our lovely hobby. I don't need to really talk about that. We all know that story, but it just, obviously it's lost its fun. The hobby has lost its fun. I can't enjoy it on TV. I can't enjoy it on YouTube. So I just kind of just, overall done with the product and with what's going on. Now am I still going to buy some stuff? Sure. I'm sure I'll still buy some stuff here and there on YouTube, on eBay, but I'm going to focus on mostly on, I think, wrestling moving forward. maybe some oddball stuff here and there. I'll still be doing my channel. I don't think I'll take a complete sabbatical like I did in the past because I'm just kind of like over it. Like I'm just gonna do me. And I'm just gonna do what I enjoy. I'm not gonna really, if you have seen, I'm not really participating and involved with too many people's channels anymore, and that's fine, and I'm not interested in people joining my channel. I mean, I feel like there's been like a seismic, or that's not the right word, very what's the word I'm looking for? Very pinpointed decision by myself and I think some others just to kind of separate ourselves from each other, from our channels, because we just don't see eye to eye. I don't find what they're doing interesting. They might not find what I'm doing interesting. They might not want to hear what I have to say, which I totally understand. But I don't have any interest in people talking about money of their cars. I don't have any people interested in about flipping and prospecting, and I don't have any interest in people talking about the stock market of cards and all. I just don't care. I do not care. So I feel like at this point, it's probably best that all parties involved just get to stepping, including myself. So I don't watch as many videos as I was when it came to like my buddies or people's who I might stumble upon or recommendations like I used to. And I might have it in the background just to have some background noise, but I'm kind of just focused on responding to people on my videos, and people still come along and comment. Of course, I'm gonna always comment on their comments, and I'll just keep doing what I do. And if people will like what I do, great. If they don't, that's fine. There's plenty of people in this hobby that you'll be able to find somebody that's doing what you like just fine. So you don't have to worry about that. But I always felt like a part of me who's like, I always felt, I never felt obligated to keep up with everybody, but I always felt obligated to keep up with my friends. And I don't mean that obligated in a negative way. I just felt like, hey, that's the least I could do. These are my buddies outside of YouTube. I want to make sure I watch the videos and make some comments. But I'm past all that now. I've evolved, so to speak. And I don't need that. I don't want it. And I don't need those people who come to my channel do the same thing. It's kind of like run its course. So I'm doing this channel more for me now, more for just like what I'm into. Something maybe I can go back and look upon and just kind of think, oh, that's where I was. That's the headspace I was in at that moment in time. Do I stay in that headspace? Maybe later on, maybe 6 months from now, I'm like, yeah, Jason, you're such a joker. You're such, you got so woke now. You can go back and look and be like, look at that totally unwoke person. Like he was so, just in the past, he's such a boomer. But now I'm so woke. I mean, maybe that'll happen. Unlikely, but maybe. But I mean, I'm kind of just got to that point where I just do not care what's going on anybody's channel. Like I just don't want to be involved in that aspect of it because this is not fun. I don't have no interest in like people posting information about how much cards are, or like being in text groups where they're talking about the craziness of the card market or whatever. Like it took me apparently like 3 or 4 days to even find out that apparently PSA had stopped their services altogether. And unless you're buying like $300 card for like express service or some sort of shenanigans like that, which is great because that means that I'm sure there was a ton of people who did pissing and moaning videos that I must have missed because I either unsubscribed to them or I just don't watch their videos much religiously anymore. Because I would assume that would be big news. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that shit sold and everybody was already like past it. I don't know. But I felt pretty good about it. I was like, wow, I had no idea that happened. Apparently that happened at the beginning of the week. Last week, I don't know. And I just now started finding out about it. So that's pretty good. But yeah, man, I just feel like at this point, it's just, I have no interest in that, keeping up with that anymore. I mean, obviously, I've already said that quite a bit in the past, but I just have no interest in those type of channels, those type of conversations. Yeah, there's some deep thoughts here going on here today. It's not for everybody, maybe, Gary. But I mean, I think at this point, I don't need to do anything dramatic. No No jazz fingers necessarily. No big proclamations from the mountaintops. Just simply saying that moving forward, I'm just going to be doing, stuff that I find, interesting. My views on things, my perspectives. I'll still be showing off the occasional, wrestling cards because that's kind of like my new focus. I'm still getting in baseball cards, and so I did a couple of videos where I've been doing. I got them in the can, so to speak, in the queue, ready to be released onto the world at any given time. But I right before I really made this final decision, I went kind of like balls out and like probably bought like $40-ish worth of like dollar cards. So they all about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, because I knew I was getting paid tomorrow. And so I was like, if I start bidding now, then they all start hitting over the next few weeks. I'll be able to pay it all off. And I was like, that's a good idea. So I have a whole lot of cards coming in over the next week or so. So I say I do this video now. People be like, well, you're still doing a lot of card videos, Jason, with baseball. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's true. There's going to be a handful of card videos coming over the next few videos, week or so worth of videos maybe. But then I think that should hopefully dry up a bit, and then I'll just be focused mostly on this. I'll still be buying cards off of eBay, but I have no interest in card shows, no interest in card shops, no interest in the National, not interested in any of that, none of that BS. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do my thing. You know what I mean? And I'm glad you did, Reese. I'm glad you did because jazz fingers are aplenty. Cheers, mi hermano. So I had coffee not too long ago, so I'm like, Japanese whiskey and coffee mix, probably not. So I wanna take it easy on the whiskey, not like put a rumbly in my tumbly. But yeah, I think that I don't know where other people come to. I don't know what other people where other people are at. Quite frankly, I really don't care where other people are. They just do you, But I wonder at what point, if there is ever a point that people come to, like, where is that person? Where is that each individual person? Like when they come to that point where they're like, I've had enough. Like I've had enough of the sport, had enough of the hobby, I've had enough of YouTube, I've had enough of whatever. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of that gets said. So sometimes people just disappear. Like one time they're on the interwebs and then they're gone. And then, yeah, dude, Gary, yeah, you definitely can do. But I got to get my Wikipedia page up first so I can take a picture of me holding it. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think Mike is going to hold it ransom. Like, I don't know what's going on, dude. We all won. The ones of us who won was back in January? Was that right? That the decision was made on who got in and who didn't. We are literally in February. No patch. What's going on? I gotta get my Wikipedia page up because I gotta hold it and show this, and it really happened. The only stipulation Mike gave me on that was just don't throw it in a fire pit. And I told him I can guarantee I won't throw it in a fire pit. I was gonna wear it on my eye like this, like I was gonna have an actual patch put over my patch of my eye, my eyeball, be like, hey, I'm gonna call me old Patch Adams. So who knows? But yeah, I mean, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about that kind of ridiculousness and kind of where I'm at. People can kind of take it for what it's worth, take it or leave it. I don't really care. It's it is what it is. I appreciate everybody hanging out and chat with me for a smidgen. That's not a super long video, generally speaking, for my live streams, but it's long. It's long enough. That's what she said.